Hi, this is Joe from iWorldApps, and today I'll be showing you how to record and playback audio. So let's open up Xcode. I'm going to create a new Xcode project, view-based application. We'll call this SoundRec. Open this up. Okay, we're going to go into Resources and open up the SoundRec view controller.zip. Okay, and we want to create a few things. We want a rounded rect button, the word rec in it. Make this a square. We want to duplicate this. We want a label. To make sure this is empty, this label. We want to rename the second button play, Save that. In the frameworks, we want to right click, add existing frameworks, and we want the AV Foundation framework. Add. We want to go in the classes, we want to go in the .h file. It's the view controller.h. We want to import AV Foundation /AV Foundation.h. And we want to import core audio /core audio types.h. Okay. I'll include the AV audio recorder delegate. This needs to be in triangular brackets. Okay. So now we need a couple of outlets. We need two UI buttons, one called rec button, one called play button. We need a UI label. We'll call this rec state label. We need a boolean, that's B-O-O-L, and we'll call this is not recording. Sorry, just bring this over. Okay, and now we need an NSURL, and we'll call this temporaryRecFile. This is where we're going to save our temporary recorded file. We need an AV audio recorder. Sorry, that's not delegate, and we'll call that recorder. And define a few properties. So it's property non-atomic, retain. Then we want IB outlet, UI button, and then the play button. We want to do the same for the rec button. Then we need a couple of IB actions. We need one called recording and one called playback. And we'll just copy these. And then save this and go into the SoundRec viewController.m, paste these under implementation. We want to re-import the AV Foundation.h. So that's import AV Foundation /AV Foundation.h. Under implementation, we want to synthesize the rec button and the play button. And while we're thinking of it, we'll release these in the dealloc method. So that's play button release and rec button release. Let's prevent any memory leaks. Okay, now in the viewDidLoad function we want to uncomment this. We want to put is not recording, that's our boolean. So this can either equal yes or no, and we want this as yes. Our play button wants to be hidden, so that's play button.hidden equals yes. We want our rec state label.text to equal not recording. Remember to close off the quotation marks. Okay, now we want our AV audio session, and we'll call this audio session, to equal, in square brackets, AV audio session shared instance. It's going to use this between different functions. Okay, we want open square brackets, audio session set category, AV audio session category, play and record. And the error, nil. Okay, and we want to activate this, so this is open square brackets, audio session set active, yes, error, nil, close square brackets. And we want to scroll down to the viewDidUnload function. Okay, and we want to put an NS file manager, and we'll call this file handler. This equals NS file manager default manager. Okay. Now in square brackets we want file handler remove item at path. We want to remove the temporaryRecFile. And there's no error again, that's nil. Okay. Now we want to deallocate the recorder. So that's dealloc. We want the recorder to equal nil. That's not in square brackets, sorry. Then we want temporaryRecFile to equal nil. And the play button to be hidden again, so that's play button.hidden equals yes. Okay. Sorry for the error, this isn't defining an error, this is saying what will happen upon an error. Okay, now in the recording function, we want to put if is not recording. We don't have to set if it's equal or not. This saying if is not recording is the same as saying if is not recording equals yes. So now we want to set is not recording to no. We want the rec button set title, and we'll have this as stop. And then for state UI control state normal. Okay, and now we want to set the play button to hidden. We want this as no. So we want to show the play button after you start recording. Then we want the rec state label.text to equal, sorry, this wants to be yes, actually, because we want to hide it upon recording and show it on finishing recording. Okay, so the rec state label, sorry, wants to equal recording. Okay, now the temporary rec file equals, open square brackets, NSURL, file URL with path, open square brackets again, NS temporary directory, string by appending path component, open square brackets again, and this wants to be NS string, string with string, and we'll call this VoiceFile. That's just the name of our file we're going to be writing to. We'll close off all three square brackets. Okay, now we want the recorder to equal, open double square brackets, AV audio recorder alloc. Remember we deallocated it in the viewDidUnload function. And init with URL, temporaryRecFile, settings is nil and error is nil. Okay. Now we want to set the delegate for the recorder to self. So recorder set delegate self. Then we want to prepare the recorder for recording, so that's recorder prepare to record. And then finally want to actually start recording, so open square brackets one last time, recorder, record. Okay, and now we want to open up the else function, so close this off. So that's else statement. Okay, and here we want is not recording to equal yes. Rec button, set title, we want this as rec again. For state, UI control state normal. Then we want the play button dot hidden to be no, because we want to actually show the play button now. Then we want rec state label dot text to equal not recording. And then finally we want to stop the recorder from recording, so we're going to open up square brackets, recorder, stop. And we can close off this statement. Okay, now in the playback function, we want to open this up. We want an AV audio player. We'll call this just player for now. And this equals double open square brackets, AV audio player alloc, close square brackets, init with contents of URL. And this is temporaryRecFile and error nil. So we're going to be playing this file. Okay, and now we want the player volume to equal 1. So player.volume equals 1, and we actually want the player to play. So we're going to open square brackets, player, play, close square brackets. Okay, save this, open up Interface Builder one last time. So you can see we've got build errors 1 warning. This will be because we haven't linked it up all in the Interface Builder, so if we just do that now. Go into Files Owner, Connections, we want to link the play button to the play button, the rec button to the rec button, the rec state label to the UI label. These are all outlets, remember, and now we want to receive the received actions, we want the playback to the play button, recording to recording button. This means when the touch is up, it will perform certain actions. I'm going to build that, no errors, and build and run. Let's just try it out. Okay, so when you click the record button, you can record what you want to say, and it'll say recording, click the stop, click the play, and it'll play back what you've just recorded. Okay, brilliant. So it works fine. Hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Please subscribe for more tutorials in the future.